episode of Samurai Air today. About freaking time. So we open up with the Rangers training and Jaden getting all emo and angry about Decker and stuff. I don't know, the opening scene is not really that important other than like, you know, a laugh at Mia, oh she still can't cook thing. Then we switch to the villain and what's his face? Master Xandria was all mad at Dayu because she didn't destroy Decker. Why would he think she would do that is anybody's guess. I mean, I'm pretty sure he knows the backstory between the two, but whatever. It was still a good scene, you know, why you didn't do this, you fool. And Dayu was like, you know what, just destroy me if you don't like my services and stuff. And then he took her harmonium and like burned it and, you know, damaged it and crap, and she was all distraught over it. She was like, oh my god, I knew you were evil, but I just can't believe you would do this. I'm like, it's just an instrument. Okay. You act like he tortured your dog or something, but okay. So what happened to Arachnator? You remember the monster last episode, the Rangers, they didn't actually kill him. Okay. So yeah, Master Xandria, like, okay, after that scene, Dayu ran out off the boat, and Master Xandria was gonna send some monster after her, the Rhinoceros. Seriously, Rhinoceros. Okay. So yeah, Dayu's in the real world. She finds like this guy who can play music. I think he had a guitar. I don't remember. She found him. She's like, your musical essence can repair my harmonium. And then like Mia saw her attacking the guy, and she morphed, and they started fighting. Let him go, or I'll make you let him go. Yeah, you need to work on your heroic threats, Mia. So yeah, Rhinoceros shows up and starts putting like random civilians to sleep, including Bulk and Spike. And then he tries to put Dayu to sleep, but she uses the guitar guy like as a human shield, and he fell asleep in, you know, her place. Then the other Rangers show up and they start fighting the monster. Dayu starts running away with the guy, and Mia decides to follow her. Yeah, they keep fighting, yada yada yada, Sentai footage, yada yada yada. Antonio shows up and the monster quickly puts him to sleep. And then he leaves. Then he finds the Pink Ranger and Dayu, and then he puts both of them to sleep. And they go rolling down a hill. And it looked hilarious because they were like right on top of each other rolling down that hill. Wow. Useless Mentor tries not to be useless in this episode and provides information to the Rangers about Rhinoceros, saying that he puts his victims to sleep and then he enters the dream world and he devours them in the dream world. And if they're devoured there, they don't ever wake up. Oh no, God. Jaden uses his ultra super symbol power to open a portal to the dream world, and Mike and Kevin go in, you know, after the monster. Emily had already went after Mia and Dayu, if I remember correctly. So yeah, Mike and Kevin find Antonio in the dream world, but he doesn't think that he's, you know, dreaming. He thinks everything's real and that he won some trophy for catching the biggest fish or something. Yeah, and they argue with him, and then Bulk and Spike show up, and I actually like this scene because he was dressed like an old school samurai. He looked funny. I actually liked that scene. Then the monster showed up to try to eat Bulk and Spike, and you know, it was funny. And of course Mike and Kevin jumped in, you know, to save the day, and they had like a pretty silly fight, and yeah, that was that. Whatever, I don't care that much about that. What I do care about is Mia and Dayu scenes. Now, Mia stumbled into Dayu's dream. In her dream, she was thinking about like her past and crap, and we saw that Dayu and Decker were married, and it's not that much of a surprise, but yeah. We saw that. And then there was this scene, like, she told, like, they were in their human forms back in the day, and she told, I think it was like after they got married, it was their wedding night, and they went to this barn thing, and she was like, Decker, I have a surprise for you. I'm like, oh my goodness, they about to get it on. This is a kid's show. Oh my goodness. And then, no, of course, she gave him like a sword, like Uramasa or whatever. She gave him that, and then he turned around and gave her a gift, and it was the harmonium. Well, it was a guitar-like thing. Yep. And they were all so happy and in love. And then the next scene, the barn was on fire. And she was like, Decker, where are you? Oh my God, Decker! You know, and then next thing, like, they were outside. She was dragging his body outside. He was unconscious and he was dying. And she was like, oh Lord, somebody help us! Hear my call. I'm like, hear my call. Like, she's summoning demons, saying stuff like that. And sure enough, a demon popped up. You know, he's talking about, you know, in a demonic voice. I'm not going to do the demonic voice, but he showed up talking about, I can save him, you know. And it's like, what I got to do, all you have to do is, like, give yourself up to the underworld. And stuff like that. She said, fine, I accept. And he's like, stand back. And he, like, did some mojo on Decker. And it's like, he'll live, but he'll be a cursed half human, half Nalak, with no memory of you. She's like, you tricked me. And he's like, duh, I'm evil. And teleported out. And then she turned into a monster as well. And like, the guitar turned into the harmonium. So, yeah. That's the backstory. It's so sad and tragic and crap. But I did actually like the scenery, you know, all the fire and crap. And then you saw, like, Dayu, after the dream, she was crying in the flames. Like, we saw the fire, we saw the tears, and then she was crying in the flames. It was actually great. I liked it. And after this scene, I could understand why Dayu was so upset when Master Xandred burnt her harmonium, because it was a gift from her past. It was like the only real thing she had left from Decker, so I can understand why she got all pissy, you know, when he damaged it. So yeah, Mikey and Kel forced the monster out of the dream world, and they destroyed the part of his body that, you know, he puts people to sleep with, and that causes everybody to wake up. And Antonio wakes up near Jaden, and Jaden's still weakened from using his similar power and crap. And they talk for a bit, and then Octoroon is spying on Jaden from the netherworld, and he thinks that this is the perfect time to destroy him because he's so weak. So he sends a bunch of giant moogers and crap to attack. You know, Antonio and JJ pull the best friends forever crap, and it's like, we can take them together, and they summon their Zords, and they fight the giant moogers, you know, and they end up winning. And it was pretty cool. Like, after that, they were exhausted, and they were having, you know, the dialogue is like, oh, okay, I can tell that they're really friends and crap, so it was cool. Mia and Dayu wake up, and Mia was about to talk to Dayu about it, but, you know, Dayu didn't want to talk to her at all. And Mia asked, like, is there any way to reverse, you know, what was done to you? And Dayu was like, you're a fool, you know, and I don't need your pity, you know, and she started to attack Mia, and they started fighting again. Then Emily jumped in, and then, you know, Emily got hurt by Dayu and stuff. And yeah, and after that, Dayu said, you know, I don't have time for this crap, and she just left. And Mia was like, I can't believe I ever wanted to help you. Okay. I mean, she's evil still. Okay. How did this episode end? I don't even freaking remember. I think, like, after the John Mooger fight, Antonio and Jaden, they were talking and crap. And then Decker, you know, he just showed up, he started walking in, and he was walking, and walking, and walking, and pout face, and angry. And Jaden, you know, he started going towards him with angry pout face. They just walking and walking, you know. Antonio was like, why do you want to fight now? Like, Jaden, he's too weak right now. Just like he was too weak last episode to fight, you know, convenient, you know. But whatever. I think that's how the episode ended. Like, we're going to have our duel now and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. So, yeah, that was Broken Dreams. And, you know, it actually was a pretty good episode. You know, I did enjoy it, so I would give it like a 3 out of 5. Or maybe a 3.5 out of 5. I don't know. It's no 4, but I did enjoy the episode. So, yeah. Go Samurai. Crap, I don't know. I don't freaking know how to end these reviews anymore. Whatever. Jamata, bye, you guys. Later. I hope you enjoyed the video, though, for real, though. Yeah.